your husband and your children. Teach your near family. Because it's very, very important. We need to overcome this world of evil. That is why this school has started. And this is just an intro to prepare your mind before we take off. We welcome those of you abroad on the internet, wherever you are. We are grateful and we thank you for making time. Thank you for investing in data to be able to be in this classroom, the school of the knowledge of God. That is what is called the Dominion Gathering. We have to prepare you from the school before you can be part of the Dominion Gathering. The Dominion Gathering are a people that are going to display God's dominion in this world. That is why I'm talking about taking over. We are not running church that is preparing to go to heaven. No, that's not what it is. That's a big mistake. I am not saying heaven is not there. But all I'm trying to say is that Jesus did not come for you to go to heaven. Heaven is your home. If you do what is expected of you, you will go back home. Nobody must come to prepare you and take you home. No. You must get yourself prepared and go home. Jesus came so that you will be discipled to rescue the world from the devil's hand. That's the reason why Jesus came. Don't let anybody teach you something wrong. In fact, those of you who are preparing to go to heaven, I can assure you that you will make it. Why? You don't have what it takes to go to heaven. And Jesus said it, not me. I have learned and I'm telling you. He said, and I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Keys. Now, everywhere you go, you must have a key. Otherwise, can you enter there? So the man said, I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. So you need the key. And for you to qualify to get that key, you must know the concept of the kingdom before you can get the key. So please, I am not saying you will make it. It is your own disqualification that will let you not make it. And Jesus approved it on earth. That many shall say, Lord, Lord, but I don't know them. He said it. Matthew 7, 21, 22, 23. He said, go away, you workers of iniquity. What is iniquity? Iniquity simply means you workers of rebellion. The word iniquity from the Greek source means rebellion. It's not big sin. Religion misled you. Christianity is a biggest religion. So don't think Christianity is different from Islam, Hindu, Baha'i, Hare Krishna, Shintoism. No, they are all religions. What is a religion? A religion is made up of some things like rituals, customs, rites. And then they segregate themselves into groups, hating each other, competing with each other. That is what religion is all about. These are the properties of religion. And Christianity is number one. It's the biggest religion with 2.8 billion people. Followed by Islam, 1.5, 1.8 billion. Then the rest follow like that. Hindus, 1 billion. We have Buddhists and other ones following. They are all religions. And they have nothing to do with God. Very confidential statement. Not controversial, confidential. Because I have proof to tell you that they are not linked up with God. That is why they have the spirit of hate. They hate each other. When Jesus commanded that love your enemy, Jesus Christ. Jesus didn't say love your neighbor. He said love your enemy. Your enemy is part of the set of labor. Your neighbor. Enemies are part of the neighbor. He said love them and do good to them that hate you. Hey! People have planned to destroy my life, but they are the people I look for and look good for them. That's the secret of success. Anyone that you discover is hating you, do good to the person. And that person, So we are here to teach and impact people, to to become disciples, to become agents of the kingdom of God that represents God on earth. That is why the church is supposed to be a government agency representing God's government on earth. That is supposed to be what the church is supposed to be. The word church comes from the original word ecclesia, Greek, which means a senate or a parliament or a government agency. That's the meaning of the word ecclesia. It doesn't mean what is happening today, where a religion is being operated. Christianity is running a church. It's a religious church. It has nothing to do with what God defined it to be. So back to our mission in this classroom today is to continue our topic, the identity of the black man. Because the biggest solution to this world's problem is the black man. That's what you don't know. You black people. You don't even know who you are. They hate you everywhere. They dislike you. But they don't know you are the solution of the world. That is why God's word says that the stone the builders rejected will become what? The cornerstone. Black people are the stone that the world has rejected. But guess what? They will become the solution of the world. I know that. That is why I have been assigned and contracted to raise a black people that will fix this world back to order. Yes. So if you are hearing me and you are a black human being, know that what the world thinks about you is not what must happen to you. And remember, this message is not a racial message. I continuously repeat to let people know that this world that is made up of racial behavior is not what we are talking about. We are talking about a race that has been rejected, disregarded, a race that has been useless on earth according to human beings. But black people are not useless. It's simply because they don't know who they are. And when you don't know who you are, everybody can use you as a rag. And that's what the world is doing currently. And we have decided to bring to the notice of black people all over the world. Remember, we are not black actually, but that's the best description of who we are, known to the world. So we have to use it. So we are not black. I've said it over and over. We are dark-skinned people. Actually, our color is what is describing our name. Kush, Mizraim, Put, Libum, Egypt, Ethiopia. That is our color. And finally, the word Africa is used to describe the color we have. So that is who we are. I know who we are. So please, for the sake of understanding and for the sake of identification, we use things like the black man so that people will know who we are talking about. Your identity as the black man is divine. And that is who you are. Nothing can change it. It is you who has affected it because you are ignorant. Black people are ignorant of who they are supposed to be. So it has made them to be affected negatively. That is why God put you in the richest continent. God didn't make a mistake. Because God knows that these are the right people to take care of the whole world. So where the whole world's richest resources are, I'll put them there. So you are not here by mistake. You are here by divine program. And that is one evidence of who you are. Don't be worried that the Western world has exploited and stolen resources from Africa. I can assure you, what they have taken is not up to 10% of what is in Africa. No. And let me tell you, there are resources that human beings have not discovered yet. So don't be worried about what they have discovered. What they have discovered is nothing, right? So don't be worried. Let's get to know who we are, and God will let us discover new resources that science does not know. Amen. Yes, I am telling you. So So let us be serious as black people to learn these things I am talking about. Wherever you are, spread this knowledge that you see on the internet, the Dominion Gathering, the identity of the black man, and now the school of the knowledge of God. This is what we are supposed to be. Just this morning, God told me that you are running a school of knowledge of me. That's why I said the school of knowledge of God. So tell people about the school of the knowledge of God. Let them come. That is free. We don't charge no class fee or student fee or anything. You only buy materials, and then if you want to support the school to run, you can give an offering or a tithe or support fund. Especially those of you abroad. We need your support fund a lot. Why? The value of our city has gone terrible. So it can't sustain anything that we are doing. Your dollar, your pound, your euro is what can hold us. So please send support to this school of the knowledge of God, so that God will bless you. Let me tell you, nothing somebody will send to this place that he will not harvest a hundredfold. I can assure you. This is the place you will recover all you lost in religious places. Yes. The last time, our introduction that we began revealed to us how we will be responsible to the knowledge we are acquiring now from the school of knowledge of God. That who that much is given, much is required. That means whether you like it or not, if they tell you something, they will expect more from you. That is what we learned the last time. And we examined the life of the bee. And we saw that the bee was a very intelligent and a powerful creation of God. In the sense that the bee, the one that it was created, it knew exactly why it was created, and it has carried its responsibility till today, over 6,000 years. And they have never gone on strike. Yes, the bee have never gone on strike. Upon all the mistreatment and the wickedness we treat the bee, spray them with insecticide. Use fire even when we are going to take their honey. How evil man is. You are using fire to kill the bee. That is why when you are taking pure honey, you will see some bee inside, they are dead. You honey farmers, be careful. Find another way to excuse the bee and take the honey. The bee doesn't say don't take the honey. But you must find a knowledgeable way to let them leave, then you take the honey. Don't use fire to kill them. There's another way you can do it. Go and research and find that way. And we saw that the bee has been very, very active in its purpose. And what does that mean? The bee knows its identity. Because the identity of anything spells out the purpose of the thing. If you don't know an identity of something, you can never know the purpose or the reason for which that thing was created. So the bee, very good example, knows its identity. So the bee does not go its own way to do what it desires or what it desires. The bee does exactly what God has identified it to do. And that is a good example of something that knows and recognizes its identity. And we saw that the Creator made that specific bee for a specific purpose. That means black people are also made for a specific purpose. That's the introduction we looked at the last time before we closed school. That was last week, Saturday and Sunday. Our school days are just Saturday and Sundays. So you better ignore the religious meetings you have on Sundays because they are useless, I'm telling you. They are useless. The kind of information you learn there will take you nowhere. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm telling you the truth. Useless does not mean it's an insult. It means the thing has no usefulness at all. Today we are looking at lesson 5, which is heading the recovery of the mind of our understanding. That means understanding is a type of mind that people lose. And the human race have lost that mind of their understanding about who they are. And included is black people because they are part of the human race. In fact, they are worse or worse. That is why all races do not regard the black people. Why? They have lost terribly the mind of their understanding. Understanding is a type of mind that people must cultivate. From what? Teaching and learning. And that is why you are blessed with a great teacher that I'm ready to teach you, because I have spent time to learn. That is why you can check out and see the record of me telling you I've read the Bible over and over 600 times. Yes, because I wanted to be a great teacher of the Bible. People are talking about the Bible, it is a human being who sat somewhere. You are confused. Now let me let people know. What you know is what you know that you are talking about. That does not mean that is all that is there to know. What you know is not confirming you know everything that is there to know. Even me, who has learned so much, that much I have learned is what I know. And that does not mean that is all that is there to know. So some people, what they know is what they are talking about. But there is more for them to know. And that will prove to them what they are talking about is garbage. Some people sat down and wrote the Bible. Let me tell you, one. If you go into Chinese history, that is the best history in the world. Chinese people have 4,500 years of uninterrupted historic facts. The oldest historic fact is in Egypt, but Egypt's history has been interrupted. Why? Their kingdoms have been overthrown by outsiders, and their facts have been stolen, and interrupted means mixed with some other facts. The only civilization that has not been interfered with is the Chinese one, which is 4,500 years. And guess what? The Chinese have the best language. That is why they don't deal with words. The Chinese language deals with characters. Characters. Their words are not words as normal language we do. They draw characters to prove what they are talking about. So you need to have some knowledge about pictogram, and ideograms. Ideograms means you have to picture something and then have an idea to be able to know the language. Very powerful language. And in Chinese history, they say that the earth started with 4 rivers. Can you imagine? Chinese history is there. That the earth was started with 4 rivers. What do you read in Genesis chapter 2 or chapter 1? Chapter 2. That a river came out of Garden of Eden and watered the whole garden. And it was split into 4 rivers. Pishon, Gershon, Euphrates, and Gihon. 4 rivers. The Chinese history has it. And these people didn't know anything about Bible. How did they know this? They got the idea. They pictured something from where? The heavens. Because the best astronomers in the world is Chinese. Even NASA confirms it. Because NASA will tell you that the Chinese are the only astronauts or astronomy readers who can give you particular, very accurate things of what happens in the heavens. NASA will tell you that. They can tell you detailed behavior of the stars and the galaxies and the meteors and the comets. They can tell you detail, which NASA confirms. So they have what we call atlas of comet atlas. Comet atlas contains Chinese readings of comets from stars. These people are tough. That's why their language, you see that is drawings. That is the characters. So if they want to talk something about a whole phrase, they put ideas to confirm it. Chinese people started writing on turtle inner body. The tortoise, they kill it, remove the inner body that is soft, and write on it because they didn't know how to make paper. Paper was made in Egypt. They didn't know Egyptians to go and get paper. So that is when they started writing. And they were not writing, they were drawing. Those people are powerful. And they have uninterrupted history. And in their history archives, if you want to check out this, you can check it from the Han Dynasty. That's one of the dynasties of the emperors of China. Han Dynasty and later R Dynasty. You see some facts about God's words there before before the Bible came to be what it is. So if you don't know, don't talk that some people sat down and wrote the Bible. Common sense will tell you, the people that they said they wrote the Bible, they are thinking they are Western people who wrote the Bible. And how foolish would they be to write the Bible to promote black people? Can you do that? They will write it to suit themselves. But what is it? The Bible tells you that they are not the ones. They are not in. The first countries to be mentioned in Genesis chapter 1 is Ethiopia and Egypt. You can't see Britain or America there. So what are you talking about? So the white man should be writing and promoting Africa. Bibi how? The recovery of the mind of our understanding. Now I want you to know that your mind, other known as the conscious, and the subconscious is the powerful part of your mind. The conscious is the some way unpowerful or soft. So when you leave information in your conscious mind, you forget. That is why you forget. Everything that a human being forgot, it is because it was left in the conscious mind as a compartment. So you have two minds. But anything that you remember, it was stored in your subconscious mind. That is the deeper inside of the mind of human beings. That is why the computer engineers, they learned from the mind of human beings to make the computer. So that's why the computer has hard drive. And they have the other one which is on the screen. They have hard drive and software or whatever. Now let's read the document's information here. It said the state of affairs around us clearly shows that things are out of course. Yes. If people have lost their mind, what do they do? Look at America. America is 300 and something million people. But guess what? They have 400 and something million guns. Can you imagine? And are they not people who have lost their mind? But they are called the superpower. Everybody wants to go to America. A country that they have lost their mind. They just take gun, give it to children, they go and kill people. They lost their mind. You see, everything that we do in this world shows clearly that things have gone out of course. And the hope of this world is the people that we are talking about, black people. If things are out of course, then definitely our world is out of course. Sure. That's what is in the document. That is why those of you abroad, you need to request for the document. You know, we'll send the electronic copies for you, so that you can print it out and also learn and follow what we are doing. Some people have ordered and we sent it to them. We are waiting for you who is yet to also request. It's not anything, you just support with an offering so that we can use it to raise funds to do the work we are doing. This is stated clearly in the Divine Manual, Psalm 82, verse 5 to 6. Therefore, to solve our situation, we will need to know, understand, acquire knowledge. God himself told us through the King David, who recorded it in the book of Psalms 82, verse 5 to 6, that they do not know, neither will they understand. They walk in darkness, and all the foundations of the world is out of course. That is exactly the meaning of the world is gone out of course. God told David that you human beings do not know. That's one point. Do not understand. That is 2 points. You walk in darkness. That is another terrible point. And that has made the whole world to be out of course. 4 points. What they don't know? They don't know anything about who even they are. That is where the identity comes in. Black people don't know even who they are. That is one of the I don't know. They don't know. They do not understand, of course. If you don't know something, you can never understand that thing. True or false? Black people don't know, so they will not understand. All race don't know, so they will not understand. If not, why will Americans be 300 and something million and have 400 and something million guns? For what? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to chew it? You have allowed the guns now to be chewing you. And now it has extended to other countries. Belgrade, Serbia. Children have started to shoot their classmates and teachers. The last time I watched in America, they are training teachers now to learn how to shoot and have arms. It's a good idea. So that they can defend the innocent children. When another student goes out of his or her mind. And surprisingly, it is not, I have not heard any news where a young student girl brought gun to shoot. Who has heard something before? I have not heard. It's always boys. God bless our young girls. It's only boys who come to shoot. Yes, if we don't know anything, we can never understand that thing. That is why black people don't know their identity. So do they understand their identity? And God's word says in Psalm 82, 5 and 6, that for that matter, they walk in darkness. Of course, if you don't know something and you don't understand that thing, you will operate in ignorance. The word darkness is used to describe the word ignorance. Darkness from the Greek means ignorance. So anytime you see the word darkness in your Bible, replace to ignorance. And when you see the word light in your Bible, replace it with knowledge. This is Greek. I'm teaching you free of charge. For you to understand the Bible, you must learn some Greek. Yes, and some Hebrew. Because the Old Testament is written in Hebrew. That was translated to English. And there are some Hebrew things you can't find in English, so you can't get it right. And the New Testament was written in Greek. And now it's translated into English. So there are some Greek things that if you don't get, you can't get it right in English. So those of us who are serious students, we try to learn the two. I have a Greek Bible, I have a Hebrew Bible, and I read my English. That's how I can learn and go further. Darkness means ignorance. Now, if a people don't know and they don't understand and they are ignorant, they will be out of course. American doesn't know. American doesn't understand. Americans are ignorant. That is why our world is out of course. In fact, it's dangerous to walk in America. Even to go to shop or shop right or a shopping, what do you call it, shopping mall. It's dangerous because you never know who has come there also with a gun. And then you don't know when you decide that let me kill these people. And it's happening every day. In fact, Americans, you must put a machine to detect arms at the gates. Yes. I'm giving you free advice. Let the FBI and CIA get it. Command all the malls to institute a detecting machine at their mall gates. So that everybody that comes in with gun, it will beep. So that the security in the mall will watch and make sure that you have a gun. Let's have it. When you finish, come, take your gun. So that you can save your customers from being killed. A customer cannot bring his few dollars or pounds or euros to give you as a business person and lose their life. So that is free advice. Institute equipment. Or let the mall owners get equipment that will detect weapons. As well as the school campuses. At the main gate, let a weapon detecting machine be there. So that you can save lives. It is only knowledge that can make people know and understand and be knowledgeable. Knowledge. What is knowledge? Information. What kind of information? Information that is right. Information that is truth. That is why when Jesus came, he always talked and said, this is the truth. Because we have information that is lies. And who started it? The devil. Lucifer. He started the information of lies. He first told the first human beings that what God told them is not true. Can you imagine? This guy is arrogant. Some people don't even know that God created Satan. How can the person who has created you fear you? No, God does not fear Satan. And God does not compete with Satan. No. And God is not waiting for Satan to move out of the way in the world before God will do what he wants to do. No. God is waiting for you and I, human beings, to be ready. And he will discipline Satan in front of himself. That's what God is waiting for. God is not waiting for Satan. Who is Satan? That is why God will not stop Daniel to go into the lion's den. God said, okay, it's all right. Satan, you have prepared the lions to chew my son Daniel. Okay, it's all right. Put him and see whether they will chew him. That is God. God is ready for Daniel. He's not ready for Satan. And what happened? The lions became a servant to Daniel. In fact, they became pillow and mattress for him to lie on. Jesus. The very finance, fire, became air conditioning for the 3 Hebrew boys. Air conditioning. That's the kind of God I'm talking about. He doesn't fear Satan. Satan made the fire. He said, okay, Satan, increase the fire, heat it to the highest, no problem. God did not quench the fire. He made the boys enter the fire. And he changed the fire to air conditioning. But those who were putting them were burnt. Outsiders were burnt. The same fire put producing air conditioning at one side and producing heat at the other side. Lift a clap of it to Jesus. These are the evidence to show that God is not in competition with Satan. And God does not fear Satan. God is waiting for you. These guys were ready, so God used them. We too, God is waiting. When we are ready, that is why you need to acquire the necessary knowledge to get you ready. I have received the necessary knowledge. That's why I need to impart it to you. So that together we'll be ready. So that God will display before Satan one more time. And I can assure you, the display will be more than Daniel and the Hebrew boys their time. Yes. Because God is a God of development. Yes. God is a God of increase. God doesn't decrease. He increases. So knowledge is very, very important. But the kind of knowledge is more important. Knowledge is very important. But the kind of knowledge is more important. In other words, what kind of knowledge are you getting? Look at a knowledge like you are going to heaven. It's a useless knowledge. Because of course you came from heaven. So what is the knowledge about you going there? No! That somebody needs to tell you your house that you came from. You came from the place, so you know how to go there. Doesn't make sense. The knowledge you need is the knowledge of why you are here. That's the most important knowledge. Why you are here. That is why you are here is important if you don't know your identity. Your here being your place is important because your identity is what will make you fulfill your reason of being here. Your identity. And that is what has started this school. The school of the knowledge of God. So the kind of knowledge you get is very, very important because the kind of knowledge will determine your fulfillment. The kind of knowledge will determine your success. The kind of knowledge you get will determine your profit that you will make. In other words, the gain. For instance, African nations, every year, their budgets run into deficits. Why? They have wrong knowledge. The leaders of Africa have wrong knowledge. The leaders of Africa, they have wrong knowledge. Can you imagine, for example, this country that gave another country's leader a gift of a palm tree, and they took it to their country, the president took it to his country, and finally his country studied the plant and saw that this thing is useful. That president sent a message to this country. Can I get some people to come and teach my people how to do more of the plant? They sent our experts, our engineers, our farmers, and they went to that country, helped them, and they made plantations of palm trees. Today, that country is making $39 billion every year. And then this country that gave them the palm tree is going around and making Lalasuli lie for $3 billion. So what has happened? The knowledge our leaders have is questionable. The knowledge of African leaders is questionable. And this is only one plant. Palm nut can sustain this country without any difficulty. Palm nuts. I have not talked about other plants though. Let's leave other plants. Let's take only palm nut. The abandoned coin we eat. All we can do is to eat and do useless. Some people are are getting out of palm nut many products, over 20 products. And it brings money. You see the palm kernel, the nuts kernel, that hard body it has. What do we use it here for? Firewood. Two of us. Go and ask other countries what they need it for. To shock you. I'm telling you, to shock you. Hey! This country, what we are using for firewood, even coconut body, what do we use for? Firewood. Do you know the most powerful and strong fiber in the world can be gotten from coconut husk? That is what they use to make ship rope. The ship, this rope, that thick rope, is from coconut fiber. And rich people's cars is lined with coconut fiber. It's limousines, it's Rolls Royces. And we are here using it for firewood. Other person sitting there by you, what kind of people are you at all? Tell the person, that is why you need your identity. The African people have lost their identity. So people come and take things from them and go and use it better than they themselves. Yes. This is only palm nut. Not to talk about the medicinal value it has, which the pharmaceutical industries, the Texas industries, the beauticians industries, and many industries need from the palm nut. So many. When I did some research about palm nut, I was shocked. Knowledge is important. The kind of knowledge you have is more important. So I'll just give you an example of African leaders. The kind of knowledge they have, very, very important. All they know, their knowledge they have is high expenditure. They don't have the knowledge of cost reduction. So every time they have deficits. The only way you can solve deficit is to learn the knowledge of cost reduction. Somebody needs something from Makola and it's in Medina. And the thing he needs in Makola, it will cost 50 cedis. Then he will take his car from Medina, put petrol, pull Makola, buy 50 cedis, pull back. How much petrol did he send? 50 cedis. How much petrol did he bring back? 50 cedis. You took 100 cedis to go and buy 50 cedis thing. Is your head working? You should have packed your car. Go and take trotro 10 cedis. Come and buy at Makola, take trotro 10 cedis and go back. You are not better than the people in trotro. The people in trotro just fail to use their knowledge. That's why they don't have a car. They are the same human beings. That is why knowledge, the kind of knowledge you have, is important. That is why corruption and mismanagement is the language of African countries, because they don't know the knowledge of cost reduction. That is why nowadays you see motorbike people carrying people's things from one place to another. What are they carrying? The people bought something. How much? 20 cedis. How much is motorbike collecting? 50 cedis. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Somebody will say, oh, it saves time. That is how our leaders have been thinking. And today, where are we? Deficit. Headquarters of deficit is in Africa. Their experts are causing deficit. They don't know how to create surplus. Singapore, a tiny country like Singapore, an island, its military budget About 4 or 5 years ago, the military budget was 15 billion. And we are here, the whole country, looking for 3 billion. So ask the person sitting by you, are you people correct? The kind of knowledge our leaders have, it is the reason why we are where we are. And it is because they don't know their identity. When you know your identity, every human being that has discovered his or her identity, you live proper, you live right, you live truthful. That is why they say cut your coat. You are always doing things wrongly because we don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. Our identity is going to come from the knowledge we will acquire. So I want to believe that I have talked enough about how to recover the mind of your understanding. The information I have given so far should be able to let you recover the mind of your understanding, so that if you become a leader in Africa, you will not behave like our own leaders. We need leaders that will get this knowledge information so that we will learn how to cut costs. So recovering the mind of your understanding is got to do with the information type that you acquire or get. The kind of information is what will help you to recover your mind's understanding. Understanding simple means comprehension. To understand something is to comprehend. That's why the French will just tell you to comprehend. They say, oui. To comprehend means, do you understand? They say, yes. If you don't understand, they say, je ne pas comprendre. I don't understand what you are saying. We need to recover the mind that we should have that will give us understanding. And understanding can only come when we get the appropriate knowledge. That is why I'm giving you the appropriate knowledge. I wish politicians are here to learn. That they are busy making noise with useless knowledge. Somebody said, for me, when I go into this position, all I'm looking for is $1 million. Look at the mind somebody has. Look at the knowledge somebody has. Useless knowledge. That is what you are taking into politics to get your position. It's a disgrace and it's sad. And that is why God is interested in the black man to recover his identity. And to recover your identity also contributes by you recovering the mind of your understanding. And that is what I have been talking about, because it's the most important. Remember that you have two minds. The deep mind and the shallow mind. And in your deep mind right now, it is garbage that is there. And the difficult thing now is how to get the garbage out, so that you can put in the good information. But I want to believe, God, that the information you have received, whoever you are, as a black man, you will be able to remove the garbage in you and replace it with this good information. Especially our leaders, our politicians. They have wrong knowledge. When you see them talking on air, it's sad. Now look at the common citizens. Because they also lack knowledge. When they call on air, they say, we beg government. Why are you begging government? Why are you begging government? It's your right. It's not you to beg government. It's the government's responsibility to do what you need. That is why you put them into power. See, the people don't even know that we put the people in power. How can you put somebody in power and you go begging the person? That's what we call GBA. You don't have knowledge. Why must you beg who? You put them into power. Look at when their power is ending, they come begging you. You can easily forget that they begged me. So I must teach them lesson. It is because the people don't have knowledge. They don't even know who they are. Identity, very important. If you know your identity, somebody cannot beg you for something and you also later go and beg. No. Because you have authority, that's why they are begging you. That's an identity. So your authority that you have is what you must exercise over that person who came and begged you. So in other words, our leaders are supposed to be servants. And we the citizens are supposed to be masters. That is why anytime citizens demonstrate, the leaders, they go hiding, begging. Because the powerful people are the citizens, not the leaders. The leaders are servants. That is why they call them public what? Servants. If you public servants have forgotten yourself, president, minister, you are public servants. And remember who you are. Serve the people and stop being masters over the people. Displaying arrogance and pride. That is because they lack knowledge. Jesus said, I'll wash your feet. What does it mean? To show that you serve the people. Even Jesus, who came as God, was ready to serve man. Who are you, a politician, to rather mishandle man? Anyway, it's because they don't know their identity. It's because they don't know the knowledge to even recover the mind of their understanding. It is because the people themselves don't even have their minds of understanding. So there's a whole confusion. That is why it says, and the whole world is out of course. Do you know the world's population? Less than 3% are the people causing trouble. And the majority, 97%, suffering. Suffering. Look at Sudan. 2 generals. 2 confused generals who make the whole nation start running away. And over 800 people are dead already. Innocent lives. 2 generals who are supposed to defend the people who have turned around killing the people. And this can only happen in Africa. They have lost the minds of their understanding. They need their identities replaced back in Africa. What is it that you cannot talk among yourselves? And then you cause the country this mess. Cause 800 lives to perish. Thank God that our government has brought in 74 Ghanaians. I was very, very pleased. You remember I shouted here one of the days that let government go get them because that's his responsibility. Lift the clap of into the leaders. The last time I saw at the airport when the Ghanaians in Sudan arrived, they were students and their families were happy. Can you imagine your sister or your brother or your daughter or your son was there? You can't sleep. Their families were saying that we can't sleep, we can't eat. Because your human being is there. And when they interviewed some of the people, they said a bullet entered their house and killed their sister. They were not fighting, they were in their house. And bullets are coming, killing innocent people. One lady gave a report that his cousin, a doctor, bullet came and killed him. The doctor that is supposed to attend to thousands of people who is killed by some people that have lost their mind. That is the problem why God wants Africa to get her identity. And we are hoping and working hard. Let me give the prayer point before we bring our teaching to an end. The prayer point here is we need to know and have understanding concerning why we were created. That's the prayer point. How do you go about this? Take this into conversation with God. Say, God, now that I've heard all that your agent, the prophet, has told me, Father, I want you to give me understanding concerning why you created me. Give me understanding. Sit down quiet and be talking to God. I'm not saying pray, that kind of religious behavior. I don't want to bring the word prayer because religion has messed it up. The word prayer comes from the Greek word petition. Petition means a citizen talking to his government. So that's why I want you to sit down in your quiet time and tell God, I didn't know that you created me for a purpose. Now I have learned and I need to get my identity. The only way I can get my identity is to have some understanding over the reason why you created me. And that is a wonderful prayer you can spend time in your quiet time to do. Thank you for making time to listen to me, especially those of you abroad. We need you because you are the way we can sustain this school of the knowledge of God. So we want to call you to send your support to us. Your currencies can help us because we are living in an economy that is gone down. We need so many cedis to pay small things. Before salt, common salt, was sold 50 pesos and nobody buys. Even the 50 pesos, you go to somebody, you say, oh, take 3 for 50 pesos. Or 2 for 50 pesos. Today, that salt is now 3 cedis. Hey, that's a lot of money. Common pure water, that was 20 pesos. Today is 50 pesos. 1 sachet. So children have gone back to the drinking pipe water, which is not good. Because pipe water has a lot of things that shouldn't be taken in the body. But the people cannot afford. So we need your support so that this work, great work, we want to extend the school of the knowledge of God to the other regions and to other towns and villages and cities. But even in Accra, we cannot get support to come on media. Can you imagine if this I am saying is being broadcast by one radio station? It would have been wonderful. More people will learn. But where is the money to pay for that airtime? So your support will be very, very necessary. If you want to send any support, you can send it on 055-459-8076. That's the mobile account. And make sure you see the name Peter Anamo there. Make sure you see the name Peter Anamo. I repeat the number 055-459-8076. If you are outside, remember the code number is +233. And then your money will go a long way to extend this knowledge to other people so that together we will rescue our continent from the hands of the enemy. Thank you very much. And right now, we want to take questions.